she's going this way. I'm like, that's not her. She's not.
Oh my God, let me out of here. I gotta go.
So what was your favorite Japanese food?
Super dry.
Super dry. Hi everyone, it's Mayu. Welcome back to my channel. Today, my host parents are in Japan. Yay!
Hey.
So they actually arrived here 2 weeks ago and they're going back tomorrow. You've all explored Tokyo, Kyoto, Nara, Osaka, around Mount Fuji, Yamanaka Lake. I just wanted to ask you about what you guys felt when you're here in Japan and what you found interesting and surprising, all that kind of stuff. Hello. So, first question, what was your favorite city?
I like the lake around Mount Fuji.
Oh.
I really like that. The boat ride was great. Climbing up and then having that view of Fuji.
Oh, pagoda.
Pagoda. That was really enjoyable.
That was definitely very pretty. But I think I liked Osaka.
Really?
The best. I really enjoy, you know, the shopping, the food, the tons of people. Like I was expecting that because I'm on Instagram and I do you know, Instagram things. So I always see all these. I like that vibe. I like lots of people.
Really?
I don't like walking into a store when there's one person staring at you because they're the clerk. I like it crowded. I like lots of people. I think it's a nicer vibe for me. But Doug was like shocked.
Oh my God, let me out of here. I gotta go.
Even by the deer.
Really.
No.
But I like that.
Men shop
but
online.
I think it was a little more...
We do not shop in stores.
It was a little bit more manageable maybe than some of the other places that we went. But I liked Osaka.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm glad I took you guys there. I almost didn't because I thought it's similar to Tokyo, but different vibes.
Yes.
Yeah,
totally different vibe. Totally different vibe.
So many people though.
Yeah.
It's so crowded.
But there's so many people everywhere. I mean, it's just really...
Maybe not around the lake.
No, and that's probably why he liked Mount Fuji a little. Although when we went to Pagoda, that was definitely a lot of people.
Oh my gosh. Couldn't even take a picture without people
that was crazy.
photobombing you.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are you surprised most about Japan?
I think both of us, we were like surprised at how quickly everybody moves all the time. Like on the street,
Me especially.
but mostly in the train and the but everybody, you know what I mean? Like we could pull over, but like you have to like make decisions quick because everything's going this way and that way and that way, and everybody's doing it really quick. And I'm surprised we didn't see anybody wipe out or trip or fall because everybody's moving so fast, so fast.
Yeah, you can't like just stop in the middle of the platform. They would just like, you know, be annoyed.
And then all the rules, like, you know, you stay to the left so that the people can, you know, like kind of run
and
up.
And then that changed depending on where we were.
Yeah, in the Kansai region.
So that was a little confusing.
Yes, even confusing to me. Similar to New York now.
Oh yeah, similar to the big
They're
cities.
very fast.
But I think Japan,
like,
everyone is completely fast.
Yeah, and it's like
you don't have
fast, not only just walking, but down the stairs, up the stairs. Everybody's just really...
And people are even moving faster. They're getting in the lane to go fast up the escalator or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of people are in a rush to get where they gotta go.
And we are big city people anyway, so in New York, it always seems when we do go, it's slow because you have lots of people stopping right in front of you to look. Like it's a little different. Like here, everybody just keeps on moving. You know, there's not a lot of, you know what I mean? Like, which way do we go? They don't, everybody's just in the know or something.
Yeah, I feel like even tourists know that like people work here.
Yeah.
So they would, you know, if they need to figure out something, they would go to the side and, you know, look at the maps.
Right. Look at all the signs. And...
Being respectful and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I walk really fast, so I'm surprised that they can keep up with me.
I know, I was surprised we kept up with you sometimes.
They actually walked like 20,000 steps every day. Yeah, plus even. But on average.
Did you look on your average? Yeah, I was going to say,
yeah,
what was
so
the
average, usually when I'm just by myself at home, my average for the week is 2,000 steps. But
I do better than that. And I work at a desk.
I know, I'm really bad. I just go to the bathroom and go to sleep. But this week, 18,000 is the average.
Yeah.
Yeah, we walked so much and they kept up with me. So shout out to these two people.
To the old people.
To the old people, we did pretty good.
Yes, walked so much.
Yeah.
And of course, being on a bus, totally jam-packed, and you're in the back of the bus, and you have to go to the front to get off, is a unique Japanese experience.
I had to be like,
And Doug is just pushing.
I was just going
yeah. Anything completely different from the US? Well, many things, but
A lot of things. Let me
First-
think. Well, we talked about just the crowds
Yeah.
everywhere. Obviously, the food's a lot different, you know.
which one do you like them better?
What do you mean? U.S. food
US
or
food
our
or
food?
Japanese food?
I think that there's some place in between that I would prefer.
Oh,
Because we're vegetarian for the most part.
that was
That was hard, and that actually surprised me because I always thought that there's lots of vegetables, and I thought it was rice and vegetables.
well.
Right?
Oh.
I mean, seriously, like I thought that was really what it
That's
would be
funny.
a lot of, and
That's funny.
there really wasn't a lot of vegetables.
Well, we have a lot more, I feel like, variety when it comes to vegetables. Like, they were like, oh, what is this, Mayu? What is this? What is this? And I was like, oh, that's renkon. And I'm like, let me think. What is the renkon? Because I never really think about these stuff.
Right,
and then
right.
I'm like, oh, that's lotus root. Or like, that's fish cake. Chikua, right? They tried so many things
We did.
that they've never tried.
Yeah, and there wasn't anything that we didn't like. I mean,
Yeah, I really didn't find anything
there
I
wasn't,
didn't like.
you know, but I was very surprised that it was a little harder. You warned me it was going to be hard to
Yeah.
find vegetarian food, and that surprised me.
Yeah, I suggested like, oh, would you consider changing back to, you know, eating meat?
Meat eaters for 2 weeks.
Well, but the thing is that you guys still eat like the broth
Yes.
with,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
chicken
We're
broth
not that.
Exactly.
or like
you know.
fish.
Yes.
So it wasn't that difficult. I think if you were vegan, it
Yeah,
would have
forget.
been
Absolutely.
Yeah.
harder.
Right.
No, we did. Some places did have vegan,
Yes,
Yeah.
we did find
item on the
vegan.
menu.
That
so.
one, that really nice.
especially in Tokyo, I think. But if
Yeah.
you go to the countryside, I think
No,
it would
no,
be
no.
Yeah.
harder.
Yes, probably. We went to that one restaurant that was tofu restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was really good.
In Kyoto.
The other thing I would say too is I like the portions. They're small,
Yes.
very compartmentized.
I think it's cool that maybe that was the thing we also said. We should eat with little dishes because then you don't like pile it this high. You have your little servings of everything and use chopsticks because we eat slower with chopsticks.
Yes.
Definitely.
I mean, that's
Definitely
Americans.
slower.
As Americans, we eat
She
too
was
much,
struggling.
and we also eat very fast.
Yeah.
But with the chopsticks, it slowed us down anyway. I'm sure it doesn't slow you down, but
But the
it slowed
portions
us
are
down.
really good.
Yeah, it's like you only get 80% full, or you know,
Exactly.
even less.
Right.
Exactly. So when you're done, you say, "Oh, that was excellent." And a half hour later, I'm hungry, but I don't need to
And
eat.
then- and then we get to
But
eat
I-
sweets.
And then we
Yeah.
eat sweets. That's the thing. So we
Or
did
beer.
eat little, smaller
Beer, yeah.
portions, but then we had dessert all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, try this, try that.
Well, you know, this restaurant
And we did want
has
to.
all.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was delicious.
Yeah. And also another thing is that, well, for me, when I first went to the US, like I knew, but not taking shoes off in the house was hard for me.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you guys, like, when we were staying at the same hotel, you guys would walk in with the shoes on and we're like, no shoes.
It's not a habit that we've
not a
ever
habit.
formed, and like we don't walk around our house in our shoes, but we'll walk into our upstairs, put them, the
Yeah.
shoes, and put my slippers on or something. But
Right.
but it isn't a habit of leaving them at the door. We don't really do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, hotels, well,
Yes.
they're different. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think a lot of
absolutely.
foreign people just have shoes on all the time, but
Yeah, probably. And it's the hotel we're at now. We have the little slippers, the disposable
Yeah,
ones.
so it's
So
nice.
that's fine.
It's nice.
We were saying that when we talk to people here, like, so we talk to people all the
All the
time.
time.
Like, it's just, you go into a store, you talk to the person checking out. It's just, we talk to people a lot. And people we don't know.
Yeah.
But here, the only people we talked to that we didn't know were other tourists. Realistically, it's not
Yeah.
like any Japanese people started a conversation with us. I think that's a difference. I think
Yeah.
that's just a cultural.
one thing I was surprised when
You're
I
very
was
quiet.
in the US, yeah, quiet in general, I think. Like,
Reserved.
you're
Reserved, yes, very
you're
reserved.
waiting in line and the person behind you is like, oh, hey, like are you also waiting to get this
Right.
item? And
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, do I know you? Right? I'm like, oh, do I have something in my face? I don't what am I supposed to do?
Right,
so I was confused at first. Or like you say, oh, I like your outfit, or I like your bag, where did you get it?
Right.
We don't really do that unless you really, really want that bag.
Yes. And everybody's very polite,
Yeah.
but reserved for sure. Very
Yeah,
reserved.
not friendly, I guess.
Well, I would say there were instances where, like, if I didn't have a seat on the train and one of the people there would say, you want to sit down. We had that happen once or twice. So that's
very polite.
Right.
Very,
I think there's a politeness that,
Yeah.
you know, some folks are going to do and others are like, yeah, they're just looking
well,
at their
everybody
phone.
kind of yes.
That was the other
everybody.
thing.
Well,
Oh.
but we're not used to the U.S. cities either, because in U.S. it could
Kinda
be
like
all.
suburbs.
I'm sure it's the same, but like everybody is on their phone.
Everyone.
Everybody.
There's no one
Everywhere
not on
is
their
on
phone.
their phone. Yeah, it's a
Well,
lot.
why not take advantage of the technology?
Right, and also
Well,
you're just waiting for things or sitting, waiting on
I
a
will
train
say
or
there was
whatever.
an older gentleman who had a book. And he was
Some
reading a
people,
book.
yeah.
So,
Just one person, just
yeah, it was just one
the
person I
entire
saw.
2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean
Mine.
everybody, but that's the younger generation that are on the subways.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so they're into their phones. And,
Yeah.
So what was your favorite Japanese food?
I don't know what was my favorite Japanese food. Super dry.
Super
that
dry. Oh,
but
yeah.
also 10 yen.
Oh yeah. My favorite was 10 yen. I thought that was great.
The 10 yen, like, pancake kind of
yeah.
thing.
With the cheese.
Cheese
with
and
cheese inside.
Very
Wasn't
good.
10 yen, but it was good.
Yeah, it was like a few hundred yen.
I think it was 300 yen.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't even think that was good, but they really liked that somehow.
I think he was really hungry when he
Yeah.
felt that way.
Oh.
But I think my favorite was the duck ramen, the duck and the
Yeah.
I would say
Oh
that
my
was
gosh.
also really good.
That
too.
was like the most flavorful meal I think I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, and I know
And she didn't even
I'm
try the
vegetarian. I gave him
I
I gave
know.
the duck meat, but still the broth was made with duck. But it was really, really good. That
Yeah, I like
really
the dashi,
enjoyed.
right? Dashi soup.
Yeah.
Not even like one of the things that I
Also,
listed.
well, also the other thing was your mom cooked for us, and everything,
everything
she made was delicious,
excellent.
very traditional, and
Really
that was
good.
really good too.
She's happy.
That was a
making this
delicious.
video.
That was a
Yeah,
delicious dinner.
Oishi, oishi.
It didn't stop. She made a lot
Yeah.
of food.
Yeah,
but
Kept
just kept
coming and
coming.
coming, and she had to stop halfway because you guys were like, stop!
Yeah, really.
Enough!
we can't eat
It was
it.
not traditional Japanese
It was
meal.
Yeah,
It was
not
just
tiny
like,
portions. It
yeah.
was.
And you have huge hunks of
It was
fish.
delicious.
Yeah, it was really good.
Because
It's
she
excellent.
was gonna cook some meat, but then I told her, oh, they're vegetarian now.
Yeah.
So she was like, fish, only fish.
Fish.
Only
Yeah.
fish. Well, I want to say like that. Do you know how much I gained when I was in the US?
In the US, I can't remember
10
exactly.
pounds? Oh, that's good.
16.
16?
Well, the first time I feel like you offered me so much food because so it's polite to finish everything on the
Right.
plate in Japan.
Yeah.
So I would finish everything and then you are like, oh,
Try
you
this.
want more, you're hungry. But I wasn't, I was just trying to be polite. Rather than, like, I'm hungry, I want to eat all of this,
Right,
you know?
right.
I mean, it was good, like their cooking is great, but I didn't know how
And
to
see,
stop you guys.
that
I didn't
was-
know how
yeah.
to say like, oh, I'm full.
I'm done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I was saying like full. I'm full for the first time. I didn't know how to
Or
say like
she was like,
stop.
oh, this is so good.
Yeah, right?
Here, have some more.
Yeah, so I kept gaining way more and more weight.
Really, we walked so many steps every day.
Right.
I mean, it was a lot of exercise, and then
Yeah.
even like the trains were like
You're
have
up and
luggage
down.
and stuff,
Yeah.
like, moving
Yeah.
from city to city.
Stairs.
So you would think that we should have lost weight, but we ate so much anyway that
it didn't matter.
I mean, I think we're about the same.
Yeah,
I mean, we
maintained
didn't
our body
gain
weight.
weight, but
Yeah.
we didn't lose it either.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same thing, right? You wanted us to try
Yeah.
and experience all these things, so we tried everything, which included food you probably wouldn't eat normally.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
every day after day.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to a cafe after every meal, so.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of cafes here.
But they would see like a food stand and they was like, oh, ice cream, matcha ice cream. I'm like, oh,
that
matcha
was
cafe.
really good too. I
Yeah.
forgot about the matcha ice cream.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Oh yeah, they were looking for matcha.
It's a matcha.
And then they also snacked conveni food after
Yeah.
dinner, so that's another
Yes.
thing.
Yes, that was,
Yeah.
yeah. We were really burning through a lot of food
Oh, yeah.
because of all the,
Calories.
the
Yeah.
calories we burned because of so much walking and everything.
Yeah.
Because we don't normally walk 20, I mean, I think we hit 29,000 that one day.
Yeah.
We were exhausted. And anyway, and it's always better if Doug's well fed because he gets hangry. So it's
Hangry.
like,
Blame it on me. Blame it on me.
Well, we all do.
we all get hangry
Well,
and a little grumpy. grumpy at night
Yeah.
when we're tired.
And then they want to take taxis.
And they didn't let me take one taxi. We never did that. I was always like, let's just take a taxi.
And I'm like, really?
Oh wait, we could go on 3 trains and then
Yeah.
and it will only cost $3.
Yes, rather than paying,
30.
Yeah.
What did we experience for the first time?
Yeah.
So we've been talking about all the food, but also the private onsen. And I know that's like a big thing for your culture.
Yeah, going
and especially
to onsen.
you, I think, really love the onsen.
Most Japanese people. Yeah.
This is not a very American thing. I mean, I'm sure a lot of Americans really enjoy it. It was nice. Mayu got us a private one.
Yeah.
So the idea of
Near
being in
Mount Fuji?
Yeah, near Mount Fuji. And that was very nice. It was very relaxing, except that we got there late.
Yeah.
Mayu was like, here, take this towel, take this on, put this on, take and it was like, and she shoves this bag in our hand and she's like, and you only have 20 minutes left.
Yeah.
So that was a little stressful, but once we got in, it was very relaxing.
And
it was very
then
nice.
they have never, tried on yukata. So I had to say like, left side on, not the right side. Like, it means death. Because like a lot of things I feel like means death in Japan. You if you stick like chopsticks like this,
food, food, or
that means death or so consider. So I had to explain everything.
Right. So that was a little stressful until we got in there, and then it was nice. But it's still not something
your thing.
Yeah, it's just not my thing. I don't think it's Doug's thing.
No, not really.
Yeah.
I
mean, a lot of Japanese people just bathe every day. I only do like once a week now that I live by myself. Or going to onsen is something that like a lot of Japanese people love.
I don't really bathe in a bathtub. I shower.
Yeah. The first time I went into your home.
Like, what do I do?
Oh, that was
I used up the hot water
and Doug's going, because we can hear she's in the bathroom and the water's on, the water's off, the water's on, the water's off, and he's like, what is she doing?
I don't know about that part.
Yeah, and I was like, you can just turn the shower on and get in. I think you were like using the shower to bathe a little bit more.
Our shower had a bathtub combination, which they're
it's
not
a little bit
used to
different
having.
here. Yeah.
And then I use up the hot water because the system is different. Like we don't have a limit to the amount of hot water we can.
Yeah, I don't remember.
We have a big
doing
tank,
that.
and that's
I used up your hot water, and Rachel was like, you use up all the hot water.
She took
my
a cold
shower is
shower.
cold. Yeah, so bad. It's like one of the first days. I'm like, sister.
Rachel never
Piss
held
her
back.
off.
But actually, that brings up the other part of the whole bathroom Japanese experience that I really like is the warm toilet seats.
Oh yeah,
that is definitely not something we have in the U.S. and that I believe is really nice.
He thinks it's too hot.
It's too hot. I don't want to sweat on the toilet.
No, it's so nice, especially in the winter. I mean, in the summer they turn it off, but in the winter it's like,
well, especially when you're cold and damp, it's just very nice.
So they've actually downloaded Duolingo and practiced some of the words, and then. So what was the first thing he said to me? Like, remember?
I don't know. So like miso to gohan kudasai.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's very useful. But the other thing they know was like
Kakui bengoshi. Yasashi sensei.
Yes. Like I have never said that in my life. Like kakui bengoshi, like handsome lawyer and kind teacher.
Yeah, and like literally bengoshi was like the 5th word that we learned in Duolingo, and I said to Doug, like, why do we have to know how to say lawyer in Japanese? Like, what is that about? It was okay because you got to hear, how to pronounce a lot of the words. The basic words too.
Well, you had me, so you didn't.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is like we were very lucky because we didn't have to worry about those words like where's the bathroom or how do we get out of this train station, because we just followed you and you helped us with all that, which thank God, because it's a little overwhelming in a country when you don't speak the language.
Well, our experience with you is totally unique.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you went with a group or whatever, you're still not going to see all the inside things and unique things about their culture because we're doing it with someone who lives here. It was a great experience.
And also, we annoyed her because we did ask a lot of questions. Like
what do you mean it's a bean?
It's a bean. What do you mean a bean?
Yeah.
Like
it's
bean
a bean.
case, like,
I know, because
uncle.
we were forcing her to describe things that you don't really normally describe describe, because you see these things and it looks like nothing. Is it potato? Is it a piece of fish?
Yeah, even some of the fish didn't make sense to you when I translated that because I feel like we have more variety.
Yes.
So my last question would be, if you want to come back to Japan.
Oh, absolutely.
And for first and foremost, to see you and your family again.
Yeah, exactly. We had a great time.
Do you want to go to some different places, or do you want to come back to like the places we visited?
Well, I mean, we could. I would say we would like to come back and visit things maybe we didn't get to see.
Yeah.
Like I know you said like some of the places that I would find on Instagram and send to you. I'm like, oh, can we do this? And you're like, oh, that's in the north. You need to get on a plane and stuff like that. But I think I really things that I've seen that look beautiful is like Okinawa. And things like that. So maybe we could travel a little bit further outside.
Yeah, I would say we do a little bit different.
Yeah.
I'd want to see more and different too.
Yeah, and then you can bring your family members too.
I'd also like to climb Fuji, so we'd have to arrange the right time.
And then train a lot.
Yeah, I won't be much older by then, but
it's all right.
All right. Thank you so much for coming all the way, first of all, to Japan and being in this interview with me. I hope you enjoyed the video as well, and see you in my next video.
And thank you very much for having us.
Yes,
thank you.
And for spending 2 weeks with us when we
really
had a lot of other things to do.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
We truly appreciate that.
I mean,
you curated a trip that we would never have been able to do even if we did a group tour.
Yeah,
would
exactly.
never
It wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't be as much
get the
or
inside.
have the inside scoop on everything.
Yeah, I didn't even think we would achieve all these things, you know, because so much walking.
We surprised her.
Yeah, she didn't think we could keep up, but we did pretty good.
We talked her out at times.
Yeah,
I look back and I wouldn't expect to see you guys maybe like back there, but then you were right here.
Don't lose her.
Yeah, we didn't want to get lost. We'd have to figure it out with the GPS.
Yeah, I'm pretty small, so they would have to like.
Well, there was one point where, because it's hard. We're taller, and there's a sea of dark-haired girls.
Yeah.
And at one point, I see you go this way, and I see Doug go that way. I'm like, Doug, what are you doing? He goes, she's going this way. I'm like, that's not her. She's not her.
Well, like I'm walking this way, and then I look back, and they're going like different ways. And I'm like, guys, stop. Yeah, we made it.
Yeah, we made it.
And we'll hopefully see some cherry blossoms after this. So yeah, I hope you guys have a safe and fun trip back home. Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.